Come on, go. Uh, I heard President Bush, gracias, and Majority Leader. One thing in that whole lecture is that if Iraq doesn't attack, there'll be no war. But if they attack, they're going to roast them that you and I cannot believe. So there was a hope against hope, but there was a what they call as not hope. Because if the blockade gets the way it gets to, it will get to. I'm not saying the blockade, oh Jesus Christ, same thing. If the blockade oh, these are all out of correction. You made out of it. This is what our flea market and etc. and everything else is unbelievable. Wow. I hope that no child and person or woman ever get to thank you, ever get to suffer the misery of the desert. And I'm not worried about wars. Wars are meant to be fought when they are meant to be fought because they eliminate extra population fast. That's the only humor I can have about it. But that is true, but fighting with the ruthlessly fanatic nation is a very different attitude. And you can just understand, you can't believe, if just to allow the enemy that its ammunition be consumed, they can send 7-year to 14-year-old children in front line just eating breads and telling them that keep walking and keep dying, you are going to God, and can sacrifice not 10, 20, 100, but 500,000 children of that age. You can well understand what we are going to fighting against. It will be a ruthless genocide. I must say one thing I want to tell you, because I'm Oriental and you are not. You don't have even the capacity to think the way they think. I've lived among them. Actually, if I am at all successful in America, because I was most unsuccessful in India. You know, I was just by myself in the whole world, and this is how bad it was. That if a file will come to me, now just imagine this, now look at your face, Guru Tirth, you should remember this. A file come to me, and you know, sometimes you feel there are some other people, you need their opinion, and I go to a person of my equal rank, not something subordinate or upper, equal rank, and say, hey, what is your opinion about this? He'll say, what? I say, what's your opinion on this? He said, what? I said, you don't want to talk about it? He said, no. I said, why not? He said, why? You have to do what you have to do, and you're going to do exactly what you're going to do, and you're going to do what the law is going to tell to you to do, and I'm going to say anything. How lonely you feel, you can't even believe it. And this is how bad it was. Oh, that case is with Bhajan, forget it. That's it. That's the end of it. If you ever work in the world of your own and you end up with that attitude, you will go berserk. It's the most isolation a man can feel among the equals. Now I tell you about the superior. Well, this we have to discuss to Bhajan. Oh, well, somewhere along the tea or somewhere we meet, we'll discuss it. They won't sit across and discuss. And my remarks were, Why can't I not be treated as a human being and discuss with you what has to be discussed? They say you're too legal, too straightforward, and too exact. We don't want to commit ourselves in it. And it may look, as a boasty or ego point of view, quite a great scene, but I tell you folks, in that working world, you always know you cannot commit one error and you are just alone. And that's how it is. I had a dream to come to Canada, not to America, to be very honest with you, because I wanted to... I have gained through my life and experience a parapsychological power to make a person succeed. That I know. It's unfortunately, I have now realized, it's like an ingrained in me. I do not have a very follow-up on that, in the sense that people do not like to trust a wise decision or attitude. We have a problem as human beings. See, it was fine there, but the moment I finished the speech of America, I realized there is 500,000 people at stake. Have you roasted sometime something? You know how to roast things? Desert word is exactly that. If it's night time, people will freeze. Temperature goes so below that you can't believe it. In the morning time, it goes to 140 to 150. I know as experience, in Rajasthan there is a desert. We have a post against Pakistan. I used to visit that. And I know how horrible and terrible it is to cross the desert. And then to fight in desert, only God be our witness. We can't. However, from very one day and today, these classes are going to be quite all right, because it's a kind of family union. You all meet and look at each other and all come at least dressed up once for a change. Otherwise, I see you otherwise everywhere. I mean, I know. What is it? But God bless us and bless our strength, and we are a small community and we are a great character. This is what you have to understand. Don't understand me as a spiritual man or a God's man. Forget that. That's between me and my God. That's none of your business. Let's be honest and frank about it. If I'm corrupt in the eyes of God, I'm corrupt in the eyes of God. If I'm honest in the eyes of God, I'm honest in my eyes of God. It's between me and my God. As far as dharma is concerned, if I'm righteous and honest, it will be between me and my Guru. It's none of your business. And you must understand that attitude also. As a Sikh, you should have that independence. You should not subject yourself to anybody or for any reason. Among all religions, Sikh religion accepts individuality. The creation of God in each one is exactly the same as everybody. However, between you and me, there shall always be a conflict. Always. We can be friends, and you can be my devotees, you can love me blindly, you can sacrifice your life for me. I mean, whatever you do, it may be great, but you still find me conflicting with you. That's why I always say, trust me not, because I do not know what trick I'm going to pull next. Well, yeah, this is my job, you must understand. I cannot be dishonest. I have a consciousness bigger and stronger than me. And I am very ruthless as a man. I can switch as impersonal in the spur, the time cannot measure it. Because you must understand, this is our oath, which I took. I am not a woman, I am not a man, I am not a person, I am not myself, I am a teacher. It's a ruthless thing to say openly and publicly. You should not admire this because you want your emotions feeling. But you must understand, you can do 1 million wrong. I have to do only one. And I have 1 million odd between you and me. Therefore, you are ruthlessly, undescribably, and infinitely superior than me. And I cannot live as an inferior individual among you. That you must know. And that's very disgraceful on my part to commit wrong. And if I happen to counsel you or advise you or share with you any part of life, and I happen to let you do things which is not in your ultimate good, God as my witness, then I have failed. I know you come to me in trust, and that is the trust of God. I know some of you have not only loved me, sacrificed me. Let me go on record today. Here sit Gurtirat Singh Khalsa. He's an attorney. He had a good business in San Francisco area. He was good as good you can be, and there's nothing to ask it, professionally well set up. He's standing right there with the blue turban. I want you to know him. And it was just one fine day. Within the means of his life, I told him, I said, Gurtirat, I anticipate a lot of lawsuits. And my son, this is the time to face them. And I trust you, you should do it. Within a very short time, let's not count the days, he was on road, left the society which he liked the most, left the life he liked the most, and all that. And I do appreciate his wife, Gurtirat Kaur, who came along. When he came here, he started doing kind of legal work. And you know, he's very intellectual and very intelligent, both at the same time. It's a very rare combination. You can be half giraffe and half cow. It can't be. It's very strange animal. You come out of that kind of combination. And here is a person who's high as there and who's straight as this, and he's very silent, aggressive. Very few people have that character. I have seen him working in a law, I have seen him working in a court. He's a very funny guy. He just said, But you see, your Lordship, just to help you, I don't want to say anything, but I have this point, and that point, if sinks, the case sinks with it. And that's how good he is. It's very simple. Take one little thing and stick it in. And that does. And people think there he goes with, you know, with a long beard, but he's quite in his own shape, up to date. When he was going to join the Attorney General's office and all that and law here, I said to him, son, I give you one advice. He said, what? He said, in New Mexico, it is not what that law works. It works who you know and what you know of who you know. And that is law, my son. He learned it hard way, but he learned right. Exactly like today I told Dea, I said, Dea, my intuition says we got to do something. He said, what? I said, get in the car, let's do it. And we were so sharp and exact, and we did it. And this is how I feel that whether you are rich or poor, you are beautiful or ugly, you are great or dumb, I don't care. I say if you don't have intuition, you don't have a potential. And you may say, the God's curse has blocked me, or my enemies have blocked me, or my friends have blocked me. You can say, I hear you. On the other hand, I'm your counselor also. So I listen to your garbage all the time. It's almost the same repeat, is not something. This is wrong. our chemistry is not wrong, our chemicals are not wrong, our temperature is not wrong, our sex is up, our sex is down, you know all that, what you say. With all what you say, I tell you one thing, you are your own enemy. You have 5 elements of you made, ether, air, fire, water, earth. Am I right? Right? And these 5 has 5 juices, anger, greed, attachment, etc., etc., right? Wherever your mind is not creative and it is not supported by your intuition, can you repeat it? Wherever your mind is not creative and it is not supported by your intuition, you cannot be free. You are stuck. You are nailed down there. And then the story comes to my mind which I like the most, the Gulliver, the journeys of the Gulliver and the Lilliput. And just remember in life, when you are nailed down, you have the power either to pull the nail and carry with you, or you have to be there. And life is a continuous process. It does not stop. And when you stop, you have no life. You talk, you love, you say things, you adore things, you are okay, you can vote, you can win, you can lose, you can make a president, you can win an election, you are the multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever, but you are a damn lifeless individual. Your character is no good book than the book cartoon. I was thinking that day one very funny thing. I said, hey, what a simple thing. I obey Guru Nanak. That's how I was, lying down with few pillows back, tired, thinking for the day to come. I say, I love Guru Nanak, huh? No, I don't love Guru Nanak. Well, I love her, not Guru Nanak is my Guru, huh? Oh yeah, there's a picture right up there. When I get up, I see it right in front of me. And I always talk to that picture in my own way. I say, yeah, well, whether I love or I hate, whether I'm good or bad, that doesn't matter. Guru Nanak is my Guru and I'm supposed to listen to him. Yeah? Now what I should listen to? A thought came to me which I want to share with you. I said, Guru Nanak said, Soche soch na hoye je soche lakhwa. That's the first line. Yeah? Thinking cannot think. This now I'm telling you the exact meaning. Soche soch na hoye. Thinking cannot think. It's exact. Now I can tell you exact meaning of it. Thinking cannot think. You think though 100,000 times. Yeah? And I said to my time, if I start thinking, I'm not a Sikh. I'm not. Because when I start thinking, then I'm here. The world is going away. I'm not with it. Whenever you think about yourself. That's the most selfish act. You are frozen for that minute. You're not moving. But what you do? You have to think. So it means you are not Sikhs? What a Sikh has to do? Intuitive. Thal vich tin vastu payo, sat santokh vicharo. He should be intuitive. He should be conscience sensitive to know. Now, what to do to become conscience sensitive? Huh? Is it difficult? No. Is it easy? Yes. Is it more easy than easy? You know? God gave you a head. Do with your head what you feel in your heart. And what you feel in heart, do that with your head, what you feel in heart, being the other person. I'm not wrong. This nobody has understood. Being the other person. In other words, whatever you do for your enemy, do it for what you do for your son and daughter. They are of you, other person. If you do not understand the sensitive statement I'm making. Your idea that my chemistry doesn't meet and my acid doesn't meet together and my temperature is not right and all that is a qualified joke. All that talk you do during the day, 95% of that is to just pass time. And I don't think there's any difference playing cards or talking things. And out of 95%, 91% you lie, you do not know what you're saying. Because you are saying what the circumstances are making you to say. Because I remember once, I was not a certified, very truthful man. But I never knew at that time what is a truthful is, but what I was. And once sometime in the officers' meeting, I was being named and I said, what are you calling on me for? And somebody said, I was just quoting your quote. And he said, well, Bhajan has this idea and this is what he said. And every face went, yeah? I mean, that's it. That's the end of it. I said, oh, I'm a joint, you see me and I'm an elephant. What I have done? This is my opinion. If you can counteract it, do it. But those people were lazy. They never did their homework. They never kept their amendments and amendments to amendments and amendment to amendments and amendment to amendments. Sometime, and one rule only, I have pasted with my own hand 92 slips. Rule is the same, but it has amendment to 92nd amendment, what said that was applicable. And when you are going to apply it, 93rd might be on the way. You are dealing with that kind of law, and that's what the word is. That's what earth is. As today, I was dealing with one of my son. I said, against all advice to me today, I'm going to put myself into your grave so I can pull the earth out. But this is my last chance. And you have brought me to that dead end. I'll do it, but I just want to let you know. You cannot live by yourself if you live by yourself. You must live for something higher than you, something wider than you, something bigger than you, something better than you. And you always can find that. Synchronize to have the capacity to pranayam it, to deal with it. And that's not irregular for a human. You are not supposed to be born to be handicapped. You have created to be handicapped. You have been nurtured wrong, and you have been nursed wrong. And time and space has not played good deed with you. Divs raat do dai daya khele sagal jugat. Night and day are your nurses, and that is what you played with. But sometime your nights were too cold and your days was too unrowdy or rowdy. You never knew it. You were innocent and your guidance was not proper. Your nourishment was not right. And my nourishment is not right. I know it. So you have to know it too. I do not know how to say no. I don't know. So, is equally wrong. There's no pride in it, though. There's no greatness in it. But when you have to say no, you should say no. But I can't say no because I have not been trained to say no. So what that left for me? It left for me not to solve a problem, it left for me to dissolve a problem. And that is what Sikh Dharma is. Don't solve your problems, dissolve your problems. They should not reoccur again. One marriage to another marriage, one divorce to another divorce, one sickness to another sickness, one happiness to another, one joke to another joke, one flirtation to another flirtation, one situation to other situation. What are you, hop, stop, jump? What are you doing? What's the difference between you and a monkey? There will never be a difference. So you got to understand, if you cannot learn from anybody, you can learn from your mistakes. And if you did an emotional mistake once, you should not keep on continuing it. Life is a very real gift. And if you do not honor your own gift, and you do not value your own gift, nobody else is going to do it. I know the basic problem with all of you and with the whole world. And let me tell you, there is only one problem. People have degree of pain and difference to accept a gift gracefully. We all have that problem. Otherwise, life is a gift. If we accept it gracefully, we should be graceful. Great. I mean, just imagine this. If you don't have a problem to accept a gift, then why can you accept the gift of life is the most precious? If with your whole life you are in the whole world, and then you ask one breath against the whole world, you can't be granted. So it's a priceless gift. Why to throw it away? All you do is, I become this, I become this. Whatever you will become, my dear, you may become. You leave the balloon, let it go anywhere. How high a balloon may go, it will end up in a bust. If you have not your inner strength regulated by your consciousness and intuition, inner strength regulated by consciousness and intuition, and you do not feel deeply committed to a reality for the totality of all, you have not learned to be human. That is how bad it is. Therefore, to invoke in you the compassion, compassion is the source of courage, grit, strength, and power. Not vitamin D, though they are good for health. You know what I'm saying? If man does not have compassion, man is a coward, and we can circulate about him. Somebody, turban comes to store owner's aid, a second time injection shooting. The bullet must have. You know, funny part is our soldiers were fighting General Romeo, and all British officers left our regiments. They were Sikh regiments and they were Indian. Third country, they said, let us get together, go, leave them alone. A full brigade of 75,000 people left in middle of Africa without knowing what to do. So they sat down, they took the hukum. Hukum said, take the God's leadership and keep going. That the gist of the hukum was. Because with Sikh regiments always, Sri Guru Granth used to be with them. So what they did is, that they sorted out where is the next garrison of the German army. So they decided from here to 300 miles, we'll find a garrison of the German army. So they say, all right, that's the only place near where we see there are some human. March. They started marching towards that garrison. You understand what I'm saying? And on the way, one morning they got up, they wanted to do datan, and they found some kicker kind of tree. So each one took a branch and started, so that teeth may not get better, bad and all that. And some even might be started chewing it. So German intelligence told the commander, there is an Indian army coming and they are eating trees on the way. And they are coming toward us. He said, for what? All officers and everybody has left. How? He said, they are not going to anything else. They are coming straight towards you, just straight blank. He called the meeting. He said, well, we have got strange kind of people coming towards us to attack us, and they eat full trees. This is how things happen. And we are supposed to fight them. And everybody said, what is the idea of fighting these people? It's useless. He said, what to do? He said, we should fall back, retreat. Full garrison retreated to their headquarters. When these people came, they have all the food, the ammunition, the vehicles, everything intact. And with their stuff, they pushed Rumail all the way out of Africa. So don't misunderstand human concept without intuition. Anything can trigger anything in you. And one little slip you trigger by, it may not come back. Therefore, please understand. Don't use your clevernesses. This self-covetousness and cleverness is not healthy. It's fake. So let us too see where our intuition is. Balance the hands first, please. And then move on and hold the elbows. And at the heart center, just sit straight spine and balance it with this lock. Self-elbow lock, just balance it. Make the spine straight. Chest out and chin in. You'll start finding a change. If this lock is correct. They call it Mahabir lock. It means the great warrior's lock. This is how the warriors think when they think. You might find them in the Japanese way of life, this kind of lock. So please lock that. Make spine absolutely straight. Mayur dandam siddham soha. So the spine should be as straight as that of a stick. And please close your eyes and sit straight and try to feel. There is a throb at the knob called navel point. Just do that. Something I'm teaching you today which is beyond you and me. But we are grateful, the great people have left for us with the knowledge. Let's take advantage of that. Hey, don't disturb that guy. He's playing his own music. You can meditate. He's doing what he's doing. You do what you are asked to do. When he'll be grown up, I'll tell him what to do. Idea here is not to feel disturbed. And he's doing a very methodical job, which I should have been doing. Yeah. Yeah, cry a lot, make them feel disturbed. Yep, yeah. They are disturbed anyway, make it a little louder. Under the base of your thing called skull, where skull meets your neck, little above first vertebra, you will find the pressure. If this posture is correct, at the stem of the brain there shall be activity which you can never otherwise feel. There is no sensor or sonal system in the medical science even known today which can create that, but this can. Granted. Hands must be under the elbows, knobs, not that those knobs have to be touched by your hand. And now mentally try to uplift yourself. On the beat of this harsing, nursing. This mantra which you are going to have, it gives you deathlessness by virtue of intuition. I had to stop this once a week classes. I think when I'll be gone to Europe and other places, they'll continue. Don't have the classes after personality, but of a purpose. Uplift yourself by self-dialogue. Upwards, diagonally not, but straight perpendicular. thing is the posture. Bend your spine, keep your chin and chest out, and posture straight. Please, but keep the posture steady. Deep, hold tight, move your spine strongly and fast. Strongly and fast. Let the breath go. Inhale deep again. Deep, deep, deep. Hold it tight. Move your navel fast and powerful, as much you can do. Put your all force into it. Let it go. Deep, let it go, let it go. Inhale deep. Deep, 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 deep. Hold tight. Start moving your navel powerfully, strongly, consciously. Relax. There is a one line in Asadi War, and that's in the words of Nanak, Kar asan dittha chao. God sat in a posture to see the graceful happiness of himself and his creation. That is the power of the posture. Asana is not a small thing. Asana means also seat. It means elementary power on which you house your consciousness. People do not understand. They think this is all a joke. No. Posture is your foundation, on which is a hub, on which your all movement are calculated. If you do not have a deep, steady posture, you have nothing. If you say you have posture and you don't have it, you have something but have nothing. If you have a posture which you can be moved on, you have nothing. If you have a posture where somebody can move you, you have nothing. If you have a posture that Almighty God cannot move you, you have Almighty God in the palm of your hand. Just understand, it is not your prosperity, your happiness, and your greatness lies on what you have learned and what you have not learned. It depends upon how solid your posture is. The house will last as strong as its foundations are. Next week when I'll be with you, because we are going to eat cookies now, there's a birthday situation, so next week when I'm going to be with you, I'll just be enjoying something really good, I think, next week, and then I think I have to go to chiropractic. Sing. Let us sing to our birthday. Hello. It was a great pleasure today for us to eat a lunch on an international restaurant nurturing program. All babies were there and we ate and we were very grateful. The food was good. However, to teach your habits, to change to your own original thought and knowledge, a general international restaurant will start. Thursday night, you are entitled to come and eat and have fun and save that time, but you cannot decide what is healthy and what is unhealthy. And it will be kind of a community lunch but for a very, very reasonable price. And it will be fun too. What time it will start? 5:30 to midnight. No, what we are, no.